To be honest, I prefer studying with my friend because it helps me focus on my homework or my lesson effectively, and it also helps us to support each other, help our friend overcome difficult, and when we face with challenging, we can uh, we can receive support from our friend. It helps our study become easier.
Based on your answer, I would estimate your band score for this response to be around 6.0. Your fluency is good, and you were able to express your ideas clearly, but there were some grammatical issues that affected your accuracy. For grammar, you said is help me focus, which should be it helps me focus, and you combined more easy and easier together. In terms of vocabulary, using phrases like support each other is natural, but you could enhance it with expressions like collaborative learning or bounce ideas off each other. Here is a corrected, more natural version of your answer. To be honest, I prefer studying with my friends as it helps me focus on my lessons more effectively. It also allows us to support one another when we encounter challenging concepts, making the learning process much smoother. Now for the next question. Do you prefer reading books or watching movies?
I would like to say that I prefer watching movie because I think it is more interesting and it gives me more knowledge uh, to enrich my awareness and broaden my horizon. I think watching movie help me accept with many story, and it more entertaining and and uh, attract me a lot.
Based on that response, I would estimate your band score to be around 6.0. Your fluency is solid and you have a good range of vocabulary, but there are some grammatical inaccuracies, such as saying it be more interesting instead of it is more interesting. Also, the part about helping you escape with many stories needs clearer phrasing. To make your answer more natural, you could say, I would say I prefer watching movies as I find them incredibly engaging and they often expose me to diverse narratives, which really broadens my horizons. Let's move to your next question. Do you prefer tea or coffee?
I prefer drinking tea to drinking coffee because it's more affordable, cost and cozier, and it also have more sugar. I think it is more sustainable for me uh, because I very into into sugar drink, and I have a sweet tooth, so I I really enjoy drinking tea, and it helped me a week to focus on my work or my lesson effectively.
Based on your answer, I would estimate your band score for this response to be around 6.0. Your explanation is clear and you show enthusiasm, but there were some grammatical issues. For instance, you said it also have more sugar, which should be it also has more sugar, and the word sustainable doesn't quite fit the context where you likely meant suitable. To improve, you could say, I prefer drinking tea to coffee as I find it more relaxing and appreciate its different flavor profiles. Let's move to your next question. Do you prefer spending time indoors or outdoors?
To be honest, I prefer spend time outdoor because it helps me immerse myself in nature. It have me a good chance to enjoy fresh air and hang out with my friends in order to tighten my friendship.
Based on your answer, I would estimate your band score for this response to be around 6.5. Your ideas are well structured and coherent, and you use some great vocabulary like immerse myself in nature and tighten my friendship. For grammar, remember that after the word prefer, the following verb should have an ing ending, so you should say spending time, and the term is outdoors with an S. To improve, you could say, to be honest, I prefer spending time outdoors as it gives me the chance to immerse myself in nature, enjoy the fresh air, and hang out with friends to strengthen our connection. Let's move to your next question. Do you prefer traveling alone or with friends?
I would like to say that I prefer traveling with my friend because I think it helps my trip more enjoyable and cozy because we can give support for each other in emergency, and we can share our experience and story, and we can take photos together to store unforgettable moments.
Based on your answer, I would estimate your band score for this response to be around 6.5. Your explanation is quite clear and you present good reasons, but there are a couple of small grammatical points. You said it have my trip more enjoyable, which should be it makes my trip more enjoyable, and instead of give support for each other, you could say support one another. To make your answer sound more natural, you could say, I prefer traveling with friends as it makes the experience much more enjoyable and cozy. We can support each other during emergencies, share our experiences and stories, and capture unforgettable moments together. Let's move to your next question. Do you prefer living in a city or in the countryside?
I prefer living in the countryside to living in a city because it is more affordable housing costs and more beautiful, and it also help me avoid traffic jam and many accidents. And I think the city life is too much crowded and touristy. It also noisy. It make my life have many distractions.
Based on your answer, I would estimate your band score for this response to be around 6.5. Your ideas are well structured and you make some very good points, but there are a couple of small grammatical points. You said it is more affordable housing cost, which should be housing costs are more affordable. And instead of make my life have many distractions, you could say it can be quite distracting. To make your answer sound more natural, you could say I prefer living in the countryside as housing is more affordable and it offers a beautiful quiet environment away from the noise and heavy traffic of the city. Let's move to your next question. Do you prefer shopping online or in physical stores?
To be honest, I prefer online one because it is more convenient and save me much more money and time to do what I need. And I think when we go shopping online, we can accept with more a range of products, and it have affordable costs.
Based on your answer, I would estimate your band score for this response to be around 6.0. Your fluency is consistent, and you made some strong points about convenience and cost, but there were some grammatical errors. You said and save me, which should be and saves me, and your phrasing access with more array of products should be have access to a wider array of products. To make your answer sound more natural, you could say I definitely prefer shopping online as it's incredibly convenient and saves me a lot of time and money. Plus, it gives me access to a much wider array of products at competitive prices. Let's move to your next question. Do you prefer listening to music or podcasts?
I prefer listen to music, and I think listen to music is a better choice for me because it melody help me immerse myself in music, and it helped me focus on my study or work effectively. And it also helped me unwind and chill out after my busy day. Also, it helps me escape hustle and bustle of city life. Sometimes I also listen music with my friend because it is the model pastime in nowadays. So it is a good way for us to strengthen our friendship.
Based on your answer, I would estimate your band score for this response to be around 6.5. Your fluency is good and you use some very nice phrasings like immerse myself in music and escape the hustle and bustle of city life. For grammar, remember that after prefer, the verb should be ing or to plus the base form, so you should say listening or to listen to music. Also, the phrase try out doesn't quite fit, you likely meant to say chill out. To make your answer sound more natural, you could say, I prefer listening to music as the melody really helps me immerse myself in the sound and unwind after a busy day, allowing me to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. Let's move to your next question. Do you prefer getting up early or staying up late?